there, welcome to the channel. I've got some cold press watercolour paper which I've taped down with some masking tape. I've got my water, I've got quite a large brush, and I've got my Malang watercolour paints today that I'm going to use. And I'm going to go for this very lovely pinky mauve colour. And I'm going to be making these circle shapes. So these are going to be the basis of the flowers. These are so easy to do. So it's just a matter of putting down some shapes on the page. So we're going to start off with these lovely circles, and there's going to be a collection of them. So I'm going to put down 5 circles on this page. The paint is quite watered down. I wanted a very subtle kind of look to the base of these flowers, and now I've grabbed a smaller brush and I'm going for a really nice pink here, and I'm just following the shapes of those round balls that I've put down and imagining petals on a flower and just sort of lifting the paint up to go round that surface. I can't tell you exactly what the colours are called that I'm using here. They're just from the Malang range. All I can suggest you do is pick your favourite colours. Just go with what you think's going to look good for you. You might prefer blues, you might prefer yellows, or maybe a bit of orange. Just put down whatever combination you think will be best. So I'm letting the layers dry in between, and I'm now using the same brush, but I'm using a lighter stroke as I put these marks on over the top of the original petals that I've already put down, just because I want some variation. I don't want everything to look the same. If you imagine looking at a flower, they're all different shapes, they're all different sizes, all the petals, so I just wanted to sort of emulate that. So just continuing and just following the shape of that original ball, the original circle that we've put down, and just petals are just going to encase that ball. Using a darker purple here, and again just dragging the paint up from the bottom, from where you imagine the stalk is going to come out of the bottom of that flower. Dragging that paint up, not worrying too much about the marks that I'm making, just dragging it up from the bottom there. Sometimes it's thick paint, sometimes it ends up a little bit lighter, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's just going to be as it is. So when I've done all the petals that I think are there, I'm now going to do the stems of the flowers. So just bringing down the stems. Some of them are going to be behind some of the flower heads, some are going to be in front. So I've got these lovely squeegee bottles, and I know some of you have purchased them, and they're so fun to use. So I filled it up with acrylic paint, this gold acrylic paint, and I'm just dragging up these marks through the stems and through the petals. And it really leaves like a sort of relief to the shape that you've got in front of you, and it's really fun to play with. You really enjoy it if you've got these bottles. If not, don't worry, you could still use a brush and do this with your acrylic paints, and you would get a very similar effect. So once you've finished doing that, then I thought, well, I'm enjoying playing with these little bottles. What I think I'll do, I'll put some little dots on the petals. So I'm imagining it's a bit like pollen dust, you know, when the wind blows and you see pollen come out of your flower, that's what's happened. The wind has just blown, pollen has just dusted up, and it's left these pretty little patterns. I'm going to be using some acrylic paint pens also, so I'm not smothering the flower head with these dots. I'm just putting some in places because I know that I'm going to be using those acrylic paint pens. So again, I'm using the circle ball, the original shape that we put down, to guide me where I'm going to put these bits of pollen. So they sort of go round and encapsulate that flower head. So I hope you like this and I hope you get to try. And if you like this, maybe you'll consider liking and subscribing, or maybe you'll leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, whether you're going to try this, what colours are you going to use, what alternatives have you used to the squeegee bottles, and how did that work out? It would be really interesting to hear. I love this gold against the pink and purple. I think it's working really, really well. So really enjoying doing this one. And then I'm going to be reaching for an acrylic paint pen, and I think I'm going to go for a sort of turquoise blue. And again, I'm just going to put some more dots, some more pollen dust on there, just as a bit of relief, just because I think it looks nice, and also because I really enjoy doing it. I think that's the main thing, really enjoying doing this. So I hope you enjoy it too, because it's really easy to do. You don't have to really think about it. Once you've got those circles down, they are your guide, and you're going to be following those circles with your little petals, with your little dots, and it's as easy as that, as you can see. Sometimes these paint pens don't flow very well, so I have to keep sort of like dipping them down onto the page to try and get that colour to come through. But when they do, when they work, they are brilliant. So just continuing with that colour, and then I've just grabbed a white acrylic paint pen and just going on the darker purple bits and adding some little flower dust onto there. So just adding those little layers, and you can use any colours you want. Maybe you don't want dots, maybe you want different shapes, and just go with whatever pops into your mind. Don't worry too much about it. Whatever happens, it's gonna be fun and arty time. So once I've finished painting this, I am going to bring the picture up closer to the screen so you can see the detail on there. I know it's really quite difficult for you to see exactly what I'm doing, dependent on what you're using, whether it's your TV, your phone, your laptop. So I'm going to actually bring that picture up closer so you can see that lovely detail and see how that gold paint is sort of raised on the picture. So just peeling off the tape now, and as I said, bringing it up, and you can see that detail there. So I've really enjoyed doing this, and I think it may be one for a frame, and I hope you have enjoyed it too. So thank you so much for spending the time. I hope you get to try. Let me know how you get on. I would really love to hear. Okay then, thanks a lot. Bye.